What's going on, y'all? How we doing? It's your captain. It is the people's champ, your man Jerry Goins. Just checking in with y'all. First of all, I just want to get something off right away. In about 2 hours, I'm going to be going live from my page and also Novae live to give y'all some powerful information that is absolutely going to change your life. So definitely tune into that. Text me if you need a reminder or something like that. Comment on this post, comment on this video, and I'll definitely remind you just about the time when I'm getting ready to go live. But it's major importance. Definitely be here 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, novaelive.com, or check my Facebook page. Okay, so my question is, are we programmed to fail? Because with all of the problems in the world and everything that we're facing, is this something that we're just programmed to do is fail? I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's just crazy. I mean, even they say, like less than half people have $1,000 in their, savings account. Like that's some kind of stuff that's like, why is it like that? Is it something that's just taught from our parents and their parents, grandparents, parents, great parents? It's passed it down the line, or is it something that just came out brand new? What's up, Phyllis? How we doing? Thanks for checking in. Make sure you share this on your page because I'm about to get y'all some information. First, we got to understand, is it something that we're programmed to do? What I mean program, like what you mean program? I'm not a computer, Jerry. What you talking about? What's interesting is that you actually are a computer. Your mind is a supercomputer, and it's processing billions of bytes of information every second. You gotta think about this. Like even the Empire State Building, if they filled the Empire State Building with computers, it still could not take in all the information that your brain is taking in and articulate it in a way that you can manage. So just thinking about that, your brain is, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. And just like that supercomputer is not made to do one mundane task every single day, you don't build a computer as big as an Empire State Building just to, mop the floor at Wendy's. Shout out to J. Cole. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But why is it that we settle for happy hour instead of settling for a happy life? Shout out to my millionaire mentor, Mr. Haziq Ali. So it begs the question, why are we programmed to be mediocre? And it goes into question, how do you reprogram yourself for success? How do we do that? Well, tonight, 9 p.m., I'm going to give y'all a blueprint, okay, that was given to me. Blueprint that was given to me by a millionaire mentor. And I'm going to share that with y'all. And if y'all want to choose to follow that, then cool. That's cool. But we just have to understand, like, am I broke on purpose? Am I broke because the world is designed it to be this way? Or is it me personally? And I just got to let you know that you're put here for a reason. You're not put here to be broke. You're made and you're put here to live a wonderfully abundant lifestyle. Okay? And in service. Because you're rewarded for your leadership and you're rewarded for your service with an abundant lifestyle. All right, so that's just one thing. But you gotta think about it like this, man. If it's a game, if it's a computer game, are you gonna play a game that just has you, working at the checkout counter all your life? That's a boring game. If that's what you like to do, then cool. But if you want to actually play a game that has you traveling the world, has you linking up with, millionaire mentors, has you linking up with positive people, some really motivated individuals that's willing to take you to a different level, that's a game I'm trying to play. You're trying to play a game that has you purchasing property, okay? Like a real life monopoly, a real life ownership preparation game that can get you set and get you ready to not only dominate your life, but to leave a legacy. You want to be able to leave a legacy. Some people are like, man, Jerry, money is not everything. Okay, well, tell your great-great-grandchildren that, because they ain't going to know who you are if you don't leave a legacy. You feel me? Like, the only reason why you don't know who your great-great-great-granddad is because He didn't leave you nothing, you know? So you got to think about, why is that? Why didn't he have the same knowledge that, you know, some wealthy families had? Like, look at look at any other wealthy family. They're having different conversations at the dinner table, people. They're having different conversations. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, join me tonight, 9 p.m. Share this, like this. Other than that, I need for us to start to think about how to reprogram our minds for success. It's time to enjoy life. It's time to be happy. It's time to sit back and wake up and do what you want to do the entire day when you want to do things. Not being told when you have to wake up. Not being told when you have to be a certain place. Not being told what you got to do. But being able to do that because you truly want to, and you want to fulfill somebody else's life, and you want to do that. Now, it might look weird. It's going to look weird. Let me tell you why. Because the average person is programmed to be mediocre and average. You know, even me walking down the street right now, you know, holding my camera, talking to y'all, it looks weird to people. They're like, what is he doing? But if they were tuned into the same frequency that I'm tuned into, they would know, okay, he probably out here dropping some gems. I need to go ahead and ask him, how can I get a part of that? You know, but the average person, again, is mediocre. And why is this? Let me ask you just why. Why in the world are we programmed to be mediocre and average? Somebody ask me why, and I will tell you. Put why in the comments, and I'm going to tell you why we are programmed to be average. And then I'm going to get out of here. Because it's important. If you don't understand the why behind the what, then we're going to forever repeat the cycle. Like, I can tell you that something is the way it is, but if you don't understand why, then we can never get through that thing. Thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate you. And I know it's kind of late in the day. People just getting off of work and all that. They're stuck in traffic, you know what I mean? So I'm glad you asked why. Why are we programmed to be average? Because that's how capitalism works. And we live in a capitalistic society. So you have to understand where you live, because each country plays by different games. Okay, you go out to Finland, they're playing socialism game. You go out to China, they're playing the communist game. Here in the United States, we play the capitalism game. And in order to capitalize, you have to have somebody that has less knowledge. All right? Listen, I know it's boring for some people, but that's why you're going to stay mediocre. Okay? You can only capitalize on somebody that has less knowledge than you do. You can only capitalize on somebody that is average compared to you. That's why when you go and you buy a car from, you know, a car dealer, you know, you don't realize, you don't understand all the things that they have done to already put in a profit on that vehicle. Because if you did, you would pay less. Or you would get that car from somewhere else that doesn't have all these fees built in. Okay? That's capitalism. The reason why you buy a flat screen from Walmart is out of convenience. And they capitalize off of your lack of information to know where to get it cheaper. The reason why you pay your barber or your hairstylist, okay, or your manicurist to do the job for you, ladies, the reason why you pay somebody to do that is because they have knowledge and a skill that you don't have. Or they have time that you don't have, okay? Time is also equity, all right? So you're paying for somebody else's knowledge, you're paying for somebody else's time, but at the same time, there is a line of ignorance and there's a line of mediocrity that is in the middle. And that right there, without that, there would be no capitalism, there will be no government. The government depends on you to be average, y'all. Big business depends on you to be average, y'all. That's why it's like that. But you have to understand, every single rule, every single law is made by the person that has the gold. They call it the golden rule. Okay? The golden rule. How we doing, people? Hey, y'all heard about the golden rule?
What's that?
He who has the gold makes the rules.
Yeah.
Y'all ever heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all rocking with me. Y'all rocking with me. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, we gonna get the gold though, right? So that we can make the rules, right?
We got to do with it.
Hey, that's it. If y'all follow me, he said we gotta know what to do with it. Okay? That's what I'm talking about, y'all. He who makes the gold, he who has the gold is gonna make the rules. So what does that mean? If I got the gold and I'm making the rules, I'm gonna make rules that benefit people like me that have the gold. Okay? So there's always these little loopholes. There's always these little benefits behind the door tricks that the people that have the gold are using to benefit themselves. Okay, so think about companies, think about even Trump. He's got tax benefits that only he and his people can benefit off of. Okay, and it's not about color, it's all about status. Once you have a business, you can take advantage of certain statuses and start in certain loopholes. Okay, and again, I know I look weird to my people and my neighbors and things like that as I'm walking through here, right? It might look weird, but I'm above average. I'm okay with that. I know I'm gonna look weird. You know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody with dreads that look like me with a gold chain walking around dropping financial nuggets and gems. You don't find that. And I'm okay with that because I'm gonna be rich off of that. Because I'm filling a void. I'm filling a void that my people need. And the people that look like me need. And people that don't look like me need. Because they be like, man, if he can do it, I know I can do it. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. But all I'm saying is we are made to be average so that other people can take advantage of such a good situation. But you don't have to be average. You just need to find the rules, okay? And you break them like an artist. But you can't break the rules if you don't know the rules. That's ignorance. So to defeat ignorance, not only do you gotta have knowledge, but you gotta also affirm to yourself and reprogram your mind to think like a millionaire, to think like a business person, to think like wealth is deserved by you and your family for generations. You gotta be able to think like that and know that and act that. Because once you think something, it becomes a philosophy. Then you start to believe it. Then it starts to show up in your actions. And once it starts to show up in your actions, then it starts to show up in your results. But if you're never going to get the results of being wealthy if you don't first believe it and have the philosophy, okay? Now, if you are programmed to be average and poor and mediocre, then you have to reprogram your mind for wealth. How do you do that? Number one, get on this call tonight at 9 o'clock. It's going to be really quick. It's going to be over before you know it. It's going to be fun. You know, you're going to get some information. You're going to see a lot of other people on there getting the same information. You're like, oh my God, this is so cool. Then you're going to be able to have an opportunity to join a family of people that's getting this information, getting this knowledge, and being trained by real life millionaires. I'm talking about people that's been millionaires in their family for decades, y'all. Not just like some overnight millionaires, people that's really got it and they're showing you how to get it. You know what I mean? That's what I love about this whole thing. But you got to stop thinking that it's not for you. Because if you think it's not for you, you're already programming yourself for self-destruction. Just like the lottery winners, okay? They win the lotto, they come into a lot of money, and then they think like, oh man, I got all this money. But they're not programmed for success like that. So their mind will automatically dumb them back down to the level that they started at because they don't believe fully in their heart that they deserve wealth. So they're going to blow the money. It's not rocket science. Once you come into a lot of money, what you need to do is go get yourself a CPA. What you need to do is go get an advisor, a financial advisor that's going to handle your money and make sure you live off the money for the rest of your life. It's not rocket science. So why don't they do that? Because they don't believe they can truly have it. So after you get on the call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, the next thing you need to do is get on a call at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's 7:25, 7:30 in the morning. Okay, inbox me for the call link, and I'll put you on that call too. What that does is it makes the first thoughts in your mind as you're waking up. Okay, you're still in that stage of alpha stage where you're most open to reprogramming. Okay, it's going to open your mind up to receive all the wealth that God has for you. Okay, it's going to open your mind up to remind you that you're not worth your weight in gold. Gold is worth its weight in you. And once you get that, once you understand that materialism cannot be compared to you and who you are because you're priceless, then you'll understand that you are the base currency. Everything starts with you. There is no money without you. There is no wealth without you. Money doesn't come from trees. Money comes from what? People. You are the wealth. You are the source of wealth. There's nothing else that creates wealth in this world but the people. Gold by itself is not wealthy until you start to use it for semiconductors and computers and wires and all that stuff, because it conducts electricity with no impedance. Like, it's the best conductor of electricity. That's why it's valuable, That's why it's valuable, but not until people have a utility for it that make it valuable. Just like these houses and stuff, they're not valuable. I can walk by a house right now that is absolutely vacant and is ran over by what? Vegetation and trees, and you got rats living in it. It's not valuable until somebody comes in there and makes it a home. People carry the value. You carry the value. You are valuable. You are wealthy. It's just time for you to deprogram your mind and hack your mind for success, and that wealth that you desire will follow. I know I talk. I know I've been long. Hopefully somebody got some value. Hopefully somebody shared this joint right here, because it's hot out here. Y'all got me out here sweating. You know what I mean? Hopefully it ain't in vain, man. Hopefully I inspire somebody to, number one, get on this call tonight at 9. Number two, get on this call at 7:30. I know it's early, y'all. It's taking me so long. Look, it's taking me so long just to start getting on these calls in the morning because I like to rest. Okay? Your boy gets to sleep. You can ask my wife. She gets mad. She'd be like, boy, wake up. It's time to get something, But I feel like, hey, I've been afforded a lifestyle where I can sleep in the morning because I used to have to get up super early. So your boy said, you know what? I don't want to do that with my life. So I made a change, and it's afforded me the ability to, wake up when I want to. But at the same time, that's the best time to reprogram my mind for wealth. Even though I already talked to y'all like this, I still have self-doubt sometimes. I'm just like y'all. I don't believe I'm worth it sometimes. But then I get in here in the morning, I hear a call like this, and I'm like, that's right. I am the source of wealth. I can have everything I want in life. I am enough, So those are two things that I want y'all to do to reprogram yourselves for wealth. Other than that, it's your boy Roddy J, okay? It's your boy Jerry Goins, the people's champ. And I'm out of here. Peace out, y'all. Love you. See y'all tonight at 9.